The story of a child who was removed from her Christian mother and placed with Muslim foster carers recently gained significant media attention. The government say interracial and interfaith fostering should be a last resort, but for some councils, it's a choice between leaving a child in a care home or moving them to a different family. We've been to meet some of those families.
I was talking to one of my friends on Facebook. He was like, so where are you living? I was like, with my family, and he was like, you're living with terrorists. I was like, excuse me.
First family I lived with was they were an Indian family, and they were Muslim as well. It was just a massive culture shock because my mum's white.
Over 72,000 children in the UK are in care. According to latest figures, over 53,000 of these are fostered. We've come to Nottingham to meet an interracial foster family. The carers, Shahnaz and Mohammed, are Pakistani Muslim. They look after 18-year-old Rebecca, who's white British and doesn't hold a religious faith. Rebecca was fostered by the Arshad family 6 years ago when she was 12. Having just turned 18, she's now a care leaver but continues to live with the family under an arrangement called Staying Put, legislation that allows care leavers to stay with their foster parents if both parties agree to it.
We're looking after one Afghani boy, one African girl from Kenya. Rebecca has just moved up out of the foster care. Now she's a care leaver, but she's staying with us under Staying Put.
Rebecca, why have you chosen to stay with this family?
I'm literally a part of the family. If I had left, I wouldn't have anyone else to call family.
What does this family mean to you?
Everything. Literally everything.
Rebecca can tell you she considered us as her family and she wants to continue to stay with us the rest of her life.
You are obviously white British.
Yeah.
And you're not a Muslim. Were there any cultural challenges moving into this home?
I'm not a spicy person, so a lot of the food, they have to make it so mild. So obviously they make separate dishes. Religion-wise, obviously there's certain things you need to know about it, like you can't walk in front of someone if they're praying. I didn't know that when I first came in, but obviously you told me. At my old foster carers, we used to go away a lot, so I was kind of used to adapting to different cultures from different countries. Actually living in it on a regular basis, I think, was kind of a hard bit. Mum and Dad pray.
You call them Mum and Dad?
Yeah, I've always called them Mum and Dad.
Yeah.
After 3 months, she started to call us Mum and Dad. She says, "Can I stay, please?"
Oh.
We feel like she's our daughter. Yeah.
I have children from my previous marriage. He's got children from his previous marriage. And she is our child.
Have you ever wanted to see Rebecca become a Muslim?
We've discussed it with us, how would you feel? But we never imposed saying, Rebecca, you should become Muslim because you're in our household. Rebecca got her own identity. Rebecca is going to be Rebecca. And it's like the clothes, the dress, the food, the religion is significant to individual choice. We celebrate every cultural religion in this household, and we also celebrate Christmas because number one, it's a holiday, all the family gets together, it's festival time, it's everywhere. But when Rebecca came along, the first Christmas she had with us, we bought a Christmas tree, which we haven't done that before, because I asked Rebecca, do you want a Christmas tree? She goes, oh, don't buy a real one, just get me a little artificial one. And she wanted a pink one. I think the principle of fostering, and which makes a success, is not because you put two together because the same religion people could have problem as well. If you're a foster carer, you got to have within you the nurture nature. You got to look after this child, regardless of caste, race, religion, that comes secondary. First is you got to love that child, you got to protect them, you got to make them safe, secure.
Do you think that Muslim foster carers are stigmatised in our society?
They are, because if the girl goes in a Muslim household, she's going to forget her identity, she's going to forget her religion, she's going to forget her culture, she's going to wear a hijab when she walks out. People normally stereotype that. A lot of white people question that. Oh, is she going to become one of you? Is she going to have an arranged marriage? Is she going to do this? I says no. She is a child with her own identity. We are her parents. That does not mean we control her life.
When I first went to Pakistan, I was talking to one of my friends on Facebook, and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was just like, "Oh, I'm on holiday." And he was like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Pakistan." He was like, "So where are you living?" I was like, "With my family." And he was like, "You're living with terrorists?" I was like, "Excuse me." When I tell them, like, "Oh yeah, I'm in a Muslim family," they'll start making sudden
Assumptions.
assumptions. Like, they haven't said it to me directly, but they've like said it behind my back, like, "Oh, I bet her parents have got like explosives or bombs or whatever in their house." And I'm just like, I live there. Like, in my spare time, I don't learn how to make a bomb. I live in a family as any other person would.
It makes us feel hurt sometimes because we're trying to give this child the best care of the world.
The government doesn't have figures on how many interracial placements exist. We do know, however, that last year saw a rise in the number of children in care from ethnic minority backgrounds. And whilst it's estimated that 3,000 Muslim children are put into foster care every year, only a quarter of long-term foster carers are from an ethnic minority.
We understand what goes